Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, it is I am the one and only Sonic the Hedgehog here, aka the Blue Blur, aka Blue Justice, and I am from the likes of the Maxi Toys videos once again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Sonic Origins while we're playing through Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X/S, PC Steam, and finally the Nintendo Switch. And by the way, I just really love this new sprite of Sonic right there, as you can see, because it seems very obvious about the fact that, well, we'll explain more details onto that though once we get this video started. So, yeah, last time we've essentially did manage to able to win through the final 3 zones based off from Sonic 3 alone. That's what appears to be by the forms of Carnival Night Zone, Ice Cap Zone, and Launch Bay Zone, despite those music have been replaced due to the forms of the licensing issues, as you probably guys should already expect. So, bit of a shame really, but let's just hope that the DLC for Michael Jackson songs will be on there, but I highly doubt it. But either way though, we shall see what happens in due time. So anyway, so today for this video is that we're going to be able to actually get this thing started by going through, well, the first zone based off from Sonic and Knuckles, and that's what appears to be Mushroom Hill Zone. And relatively speaking, we're now on to the second half of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles in Sonic Origins. So, now as you can see, about the fact no matter is though, since we're no longer getting our ability to able to use Super Sonic anymore, so this means about the fact that, yeah, I'm about to be able to go after every single Super Emeralds in the game, and I have no idea what is up with the forms of Tails, by the way. Well, Tails is sprite as far as going through certain stuff. Like, I've honestly have no idea why they've gone up with the forms of some weird, sprites thing going on around here. But either way though, as you can tell, that certain, special stages are gonna get much more harder, because, as you can tell, these are based off from Sonic and Knuckles, special stages as far as this is concerned. So of course, as to be expected, much like the forms of the regular Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that basically once you, collected all 7 Chaos Emeralds in the Sonic 3 levels, basically you're now able to realize there was actually a rainbowy special stage ring that you can only be able to actually access to those in journey forms of the Sonic and Knuckles stages. So as you can tell, we've only just got about 4 blue spheres left and only 1 ring left until we're able to aim ourselves our perfect score. But as you can tell, the first special stage can be very tricky at times, especially because it's almost like a maze-like. But either way though, we did somehow manage to pull this off. So, and as you can tell, we've actually obtained one of the first 7 Super Emeralds. So, yeah, pretty slow I might say. And of course, the text itself is a little bit different, because obviously we now moved on to the Sonic and Knuckles levels. So, and of course we'll get 3 more bonus coins. So, either way though, chances are everything else will be pretty much expected by that point. So, there we go, and it looks like we've only got 6 more to go until we get ourselves the ultimate super transformation indeed, which you probably already know what to expect to come. So either way though, a few things I want to explain for this point today. That is the fact that, well, today's date, of course, there is the 11th of March today, in this case in 2023 today. Naturally speaking, ever since in yesterday, that we've already managed able to win through the Happy Mario 10 day since Journey forms have been yesterday, and still, we did somehow manage able to get ourselves a nice little celebration, especially ever since I'm presuming that, Maxi has already mentioned about that during the course of a Piglet's big game. So as a result, and so plus the forms of both Mighty and Ray that both have already mentioned about during the course of the Super Mario All-Stars Let's Play, during the course of Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels run through, despite the fact that that game is super tough for them, especially, well, luckily they still got ourselves, you know, a lot of extra lives, but relatively speaking, it wasn't until whenever they moved on to the next Mario game in Super Mario All-Stars, which appears to be Super Mario Bros. 2, aka Super Mario USA, for those of you who lived in Japan, that they're probably not going to be able to aim that much 1-ups for that game, just because it has a lot of emphasis on utilizing the slot machines and stuff like that. So either way though, chances are though, that might be something else entirely. So, as you can probably imagine, I keep on like exploring around all over the place when it comes to Mushroom Hill Zone, because I will try my best to able to actually aim for all 7 of those Super Emeralds in one particular zone, but I highly doubt it, because it's been a very long time since I actually memorized the forms of certain special stage ring locations during the course of a Mushroom Hill Zone. But if not, luckily I do recognize one of those locations, which appears to be until when it gets to the point until the next zone in the game. But either way though, we'll find out until that time comes. Well, at least I'm assuming so anyway, because originally we were expecting to able to do 3 zones, but it did turn out I realized about the fact that we're also able to spend most of our time able to actually backtracking a lot during the forms of the Mushroom Hill Zone for certain special stage ring locations. So, yeah, this might take a while for this point, folks, especially noticeable because, again, it's been a very long time since I actually memorized, you know, every single special stage ring locations in the forms of Mushroom Hill Zone. So, but I will try my best to able to actually find 7 of these locations. So, there we go. There's our second Super Emerald right here. So, naturally, we've only got about 5 more to go. Yeah, this special stage right there is impossible to get perfect on, just because about the fact that, well, I just have no idea why. How do I obtain perfect in that particular special stage? Well, mind you, it's uncommon to able to actually give you a continue if you manage to able to gather 50 rings in that particular stage. But either way though, chances are though that might be something else. So, jeez. If I doubt that, if I couldn't play as Mighty on this particular game, imagine that, then obviously it will able to help me through, you know, trying to avoid certain spikes and whatever. So, and speaking of such, there's the next special stage ring just right in here. And of course, every time whenever you go into a special stage ring in the Sonic & Knuckles levels, basically you always transport it into the forms of the Hidden Powers zone, and basically you have to able to, you know, touch the actual Super Emerald, and basically that's how you're able to actually access the special stages, which, you know, if you've seen your playthrough of the game back in 2017, you probably already know what to expect. Except this time, that, you know, it runs its smooth 60 frames per second, and I somehow failed. So, but that's okay though, because we somehow got loads of coins at this rate right now, despite the fact that it might actually feels a bit more easy side of things, because if you ever play on classic mode, there's no way you can able to retry them unless if you find another special stage ring somewhere. So, but still, these are generally more likely the hard mode, basically, for this point right now. Because usually, concerningly, that I felt that the special stages in Sonic 3 are more likely like easy mode of any sort, whilst during certain special stages based off from Sonic & Knuckles, they are definitely a lot harder, because as a result, with all this layout and everything, but it does manage to able to take me some time to able to practice to be able to actually memorize the entire layout of these things. But either way, we did somehow accomplish that, so there's our third Super Emerald right here. So I'm pretty sure they all have the exact same color scheme as the actual Chaos Emeralds themselves. But either way though, that's saying something, alright? And luckily though, for those of you probably imagined by saying this, that luckily most of those Sonic & Knuckles levels do have original OST. So as a result, no music replacements, as I said. So either way though, I very appreciate about that, because unlike any forms of how it does it on, you know, some certain Sonic 3 levels, that basically though, they don't seem able to have the original OST on the Sonic Origins version compilation. So still, I have no idea what's up with that. So anyways, let's go through here, because I think something tells me there's another special stage ring right in there. So either way though, it might actually feel in kind of like the exact same length as the new forms of the beginning portion of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, basically. And I just realized I've somehow accidentally activated the harder special stages of the bunch, because obviously with all that, certain blue spheres has now been like, I don't know, in a tricky spot, able to actually just do like, well, if you managed to able to like, well, I don't know what I say for this point, because I know for a fact it's been about, I won't classify as saying since like 6 days ago now, since we've actually last played this, because obviously they're about the fact that, you know, Mighty and Ray are both continuing things on in Super Mario All-Stars, and Maxie is still carrying things on in Journey Forms of Piglet's Big Game. So either way though, and so far anyway though, we're actually getting you know, pretty decently well enough for our channel so far. Well, apart from the fact that I'm sure that, you know, both Mighty and Ray and Maxi have already mentioned about that in their respective Let's Plays. And yeah, you have to do a specific turn timing right there, because otherwise, if you don't turn at the right time, basically, though, you simply just fail the special stage. So, but I somehow managed to did this on the first attempt, so kudos to my skills. So, no need for coins or anything, unlike the third special stage, which I somehow accidentally failed at, so either way, so I think we've only got 3 more Super Emeralds left, and relatively speaking, we'll grab the last 3 Super Emeralds, possibly in Act 2, if depending on the forms of my memorization when it comes to likely for certain, you know, special stage ring locations. So, now I have no idea why I just jumped right there, because I almost assumed about the fact that I was expecting to be able to actually make it for different sections or whatever, but either way though, we'll just go ahead and grab some more bonuses in here, such as, of course, more rings. So, of course, to be expected, since we no longer have ourselves our regular Chaos Emeralds, this means we lost the ability to able to turn into Supersonic. So, I guess that's fine for me, though, because apart from the fact that we're able to actually get those Super Emeralds in time, but either way, though, well, relatively speaking, though, that we're luckily, though, about the fact that you can still able to actually access to the, well, it has been a very long time since I actually just somehow memorized, you know what I mean, with Mushroom Hills special stage ring locations, as I said. But either way, we'll leave things with the electric shield, because, you know, I just simply love this particular elemental shield. Although it might be useless in this particular boss fight right there, because obviously it also utilizes the flame little things itself. So we'll just use our instant shield to just ensure that we'll protect ourselves to not get touched by the actual flame thing. So there it goes. And now we'll move on to Act 2 in Mushroom Hill Zone. Well, hopefully we're able to actually get the last 3 Super Emeralds. So, and we shall see what Knuckles is up to. And sure enough, he's gonna activate the liver, so he's gonna blow us up higher up and above into the autumn season of the actual Mushroom Hill Zone, basically. So, oh yeah, speaking of which though, I suppose that both Mighty and Ray and Maxi has completely forgot to mention about, because they somehow got distracted by the forms of power fact that you obviously already know that we've actually got ourselves the final trailer for the likes of the Super Mario Bros. Movie not too long ago, since 2 days ago for this point right now. But there's one thing I totally forgot to mention about, is that, well, happy 10-year anniversary of the release of Sonic Dash for the smartphone devices, which I know for a fact it's been out for a very long time, since, I would classify for saying since March 7th in 2013, so as a result though, yeah, time flies. I do remember that time I was very excited able to see what that game was all about, despite the fact that back in the day, I don't seem able to actually got myself my iPhone device back in the day. It wasn't until whenever we first got one, during the course of it in 2014, so it's like a year later or something like that. And as a result, one of the first games we do try on the actual smartphone devices, which there are, Sonic Dash, obviously, just to ensure that we were able to get accustomed to the actual, you know, just auto-running type of Sonic game. In addition to that, though, we also managed able to try out the forms of, you know, not only Sonic the Hedgehog 1, but also Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and as well as Sonic CD on there too. Well, it wasn't until later on, though, that I've discovered that they're all basically for free, thanks to, you know, Seiko Forever lineup. So, oh, good thing I somehow found it right here. And let's go ahead and take on the next special stage right up there. So, this is our 5th special stage right now, so, hopefully, though, we'll get those in time, so. And I highly suggest you do not bother just trying to able to collect some more rings at this point. Well, apart from the fact that it might give you a perfect and stuff like that, besides it actually gives you some, you know, some bonus scores or bonus points, and that's pretty much about it. So, aside from the fact that you can able to actually get, you know, bonus coins if you feel like it, but honestly I wouldn't be bothered about it too much though, just because, you know, essentially speaking, that we've almost done with the actual entire story mode of Sonic Origins for this entire, you know, game compilation as far as I'm aware. So, relatively speaking, though, as I said before, that this game is going to get much, much longer, because, as I said before, Sonic 3 and Knuckles does have 14 zones to get through. Well, I'm assuming so anyway. So, either way, though, let's just go ahead and, find this last blue sphere. In fact, it's actually not far from here. That was actually really close. Because whenever I got to this point, whenever I play the PS4 version, and then when the actual movement starts to speed up, I swear to God that I've accidentally touched the actual red sphere like nothing else. But either way though, thankfully for me, on the Switch version, I did this on the first attempt. So, there we go. Alright, so I think we've only just got about 2 more Super Emeralds left, and I think it might be possible for me to be able to actually just to, like, you know, get the final 2 Super Emeralds in journey forms of this entire zone, and then hopefully, though, we're able to utilize that for a certain amount of time. Not all the time, though, but most of the time. But of course, it does require me to be able to do a lot of backtracking at this point, because, again, it's been a very long time since I actually memorized these certain locations, as I said before, loads of times already, but I don't feel like trying to mention about that ever again, just because I already said that loads of times. And I was originally trying to able to mention something else entirely, but I think I should probably save that conversation until specifically tomorrow, whenever we do somehow manage to able to finishing up completely, in terms of not only for its Sonic Origins story mode, but also with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which, relatively speaking, that might potentially gonna happen by that time in some point in this weekend. And as far as other things we'd like to show you guys for through, that is the fact that, well, obviously that this game does have mission mode, which allows you to able to, you know, tackle through certain challenges that you can able to actually do while you can. And in addition to that, though, there are some other side modes here and there as well, such as, you know, boss rush, mirror mode, and relatively speaking, though, when it comes to, like, dang it, that stupid little fly-like robots right there, which I know for a fact that they come out of nowhere sometimes, but either way, oh jeez, where's the specific spot I need to get to, because I know, for the fact of the matter is, though, that I have to able to just, you know, just keep on moving around like nothing else, which I know it seems a little bit odd to think about it, because either way though, because I'm sort of like, whoa, I think I see something. I can definitely see something from here. Although we can able to potentially try to utilize the, I don't know, red spring or something like that, or perhaps even maybe I'll let Tails, drag me over there, and yep, there's a hidden alcove, which, bingo! So, I think that basically does it for this point, and I do definitely know where the last special stage ring was, but that has to be until the very end, so, and yeah, it's definitely possible, alright? So of course this particular special stage is very linear, because it's especially noticeable you have to follow the actual correct track of where the blue spheres are, because, well, again, I wouldn't able to actually go and recommend going after the rings, especially noticeable every time whenever you, like, grab certain rings, then the actual movements will start to speed up, then you'll lose control of yourself, so, either way, let's just go ahead and, oh jeez. It's gonna get a little bit nerve-wracking at one point, but I'm sure we're able to actually get this no problem, so... Alright. And I think this is the last section right here, and jump at the right time, and of course it doesn't matter if you go backwards, because you simply automatically touch the final 2 blue spheres, and there's our 6th Super Emerald. And it looks like we've only got 1 more left, and no bonuses at all, and no ring bonus, and no perfects at all, because we simply ignored those rings, because they always at, you know, the middle portion of this linear path, so yeah, I don't see the point of going there. So anyway, so yeah, let me know in the comments down below for the question of the day. Do you guys still play Sonic Dash after 10 years since when it first came out? I still usually do, but on the rare occasions where every time when the actual character events did show up, like the last time we actually got is the Unicorn Dream the Rabbit, and basically though, that was the only time I somehow managed to get back into Sonic Dash occasionally for not only just trying to able to accept the fact that, oh, okay, so this is where the continuation of the level decides to able to show us through. But either way though, who cares about that, because the last special stage is gonna be, you know what I mean, in this particular section. So, because I always know that was the case. So, either way, final special stage, here we go, and not only in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but the entire Sonic Origins compilation. So, either way though, yeah, let's get to it. So, because, yeah, I always attempt able to go back into Sonic Dash every now and then for the sake of, you know, unlocking certain cosmetic characters and stuff like that. And there are sometimes, if there are some new characters involved, well, the only time I do occasionally go back into the game is by obtaining some more gems to able to actually, like, expand upon, you know, with the actual, like, the hub menu, whenever you do manage to able to upgrade certain stuff, which, obviously, it does give you some more red star rings, as well as, you know, more items here and there, and even some cases, though, we got, other characters as well. Mind you, I still need to unlock Jet the Hawk, which I do need to able to, you know, complete the entire expansion buildings for the sake of Mushroom Hill Zone, which it can take a very long time to able to do so, because I need to get the ridiculous amount of gems not able to do it successfully, because otherwise though, if I don't do it, then I have to spend most of my time just waiting. So either way though, that's never fun, especially noticeable because I always despise waiting sometimes, because I'm always an impatient hedgehog after all, because I just love the sense of the adventure, I'm telling ya. But there we go, folks, all these special stages are done, and there's our 7th and the final Super Emerald, in this case the red color. So, either way though, once you collect all 7 of those Super Emeralds, then obviously it gives you this ultimate transformation in the game, which is a bit of a shame. They never seemed able to reuse this transformation every nowadays, aside from the fact that you can able to actually do some mods and stuff like that every nowadays on, you know, PC and stuff like that, like some Steam and stuff like that. So either way, there's our Sparkle. And from here, we can now turn into Hypersonic, which is basically more likely a much more powerful version of Supersonic. And just like before, you simply collect 50 rings, and booyah! We are now colorful and flashy as ever. So either way though, we'll go ahead and show him off at some form or another. But first off, let me just pull this up, and just to ensure that, yeah, just like the Supersonic theme, obviously it's the exactly the same music theme as the Supersonic theme, so nothing different from there. So I honestly have no idea why they get that music replaced somehow. And this is where we get ourselves the hidden pathway, which not only contains the electric shield, but also with the forms of the flame shield as well. But either way though, who cares about that one point, because we are still hypersonic after all. So basically though, it's about the fact that you're still invincible, and also as you can tell, you can actually perform a bit of a double jump or a jump dash, and basically it actually acts as a screen nuke too. And also you do have the ability to survive underwater, despite it's pretty useless with the actual survive underwater these days, because obviously as I said before, in terms of Sonic & Knuckles portion of the game, there's no water segments, so as a result though, well, assuming of course if you want to go back to the previous levels thanks to the actual save system, but either way, that basically does it for Mushroom Hill Zone. Pretty cool introducing zone from the likes of Sonic & Knuckles, and yes, this awesome music of Flying Battery Zone. And also I really love the transition whenever you manage to get into Flying Battery Zone this time around, so speaking of Flying Battery Zone, let's just get into this particular zone, and oh man, this feels a lot smoother too. Especially with all that, you know, a lot of improvements has been added around here. Well, despite there are some controversies, controversials out there for the sake of, you know, as I said, the music choices here and there. But either way though, let's just go ahead and be very careful around here, because obviously if you fell down here, that's a ginormous bottomless pit. So yeah, you just have to be paying attention to that at all. So, and exponentially speaking though, if you ever play as Tails, if you do manage to able to get all 7 Super Emeralds, then you obviously get Super Tails. Whilst unlike any forms of how it does it on Sonic Mania, that basically if you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds in that game, Tails can become Super in terms of collecting Chaos Emeralds, as opposed to like you know, Super Emeralds, unlike in Sonic 3 and Knuckles and stuff like that. Whilst if you ever play as Knuckles, then basically you become Hyper Knuckles, being like all pink and all that stuff and everything, so... Oh man, this music is so good. Especially because I always enjoy, you know, Flying Battery Zone as far as the soundtrack itself. I honestly do prefer Act 2 music version of it, however, though, just because of all that energetic look, or the energetic vibes to it. So either way, though, although if we accidentally transform into Hypersonic or Supersonic, depending on your playthroughs, basically those all be ruined because of the forms that are very obscure invincibility, like, I don't know, Supersonic theme replacement or something, so... There we go, now we got some rings, so yeah, I don't feel like spending most of my time in here because I might just accidentally come across into Eggman symbols again, because every time whenever I play this game, either on the forms of the Sonic Origins compilation on the PS4 and Xbox One versions, for the life of me, I just keep on getting myself Robotniks every single time. Well, apart from the fact that during the forms of in Sonic 2 portion, that basically I somehow managed able to get very lucky by getting myself some tons of jackpots, thanks to the forms of one of those achievements you do somehow get, or trophies depending on the forms of what system you play on, but either way though, that might be saying something, so... But, yeah, not much else to say about this for this point today, apart from the fact that, well, relatively speaking, like I said before, I will try my best able to actually mention something more, stuff enjoyed at some point until tomorrow, because obviously about the fact that I think that's as far as I can mention about during any forms of band. Oh wait, this thing looks suspicious. Because you see that little hole there, this is what you're able to entering into, and you find the special stage ring down right there, so... Although aside from the fact that you have to go for a lower pathway, so either way though, well, it's pretty worth checking out if you really want able to... Oh, well, something tells me there's another hidden stuff in here, which sure enough, there's another special stage ring in here too. Seriously, I just really love the sense of exploration for trying to find, you know, special stage rings, all things considered. So, but either way though, although for those of you probably wondering about the fact that when can I exactly do the standalone versions of Sonic 3 playthrough or Sonic and Knuckles playthrough standalone version, well, I highly doubt it, because either way though, we've already technically done, you know, the majority of the zones, or just, I don't know, it's been a very long while since I actually mentioned that kind of stuff, but either way, chances are though, let's just go ahead and stand here, and just let him beat the likes of, beat himself up by simply standing on top of it, or just simply just, well, do just that. And thankfully, we didn't get hit this time around though. Well, I don't know about the forms of the original version of this boss fight though, that once the actual boss is defeated or something, then basically though, you will get hit instantly if, well, I don't know about you. Now let's get into my favorite music in the entire game, which is of course Flying Battery Zone Act 2, because, oh man, just listen to it. Although the best part is going to be coming up though, but either way though, we'll just go and collect some more rings, and I don't think we can reach that momentum until now, but here comes the best part. And I somehow crushed! Oh great, that's just a nice way to able to interrupt with that particular amazing part about this music. I mean, oh god, what is up with the actual weird hitbox and stuff? Oh jeez, I'm being so hasty again, aren't I? But luckily though, about the fact that again, we don't need to worry about keep dying a lot, so yeah, I guess that makes it count, so... Anyway, so there's another thing I should probably explain about this as well, since for those of you who lived in North America, well, suffice to say, happy 11th anniversary of the release of Mario Party 9 for those of you who lived in North America did somehow released. So, yeah, time flies, you know? And especially noticeable about that time until next month, that the Mario Party game on the 3DS called Mario Party Island Tour were expected able to become the 10-year anniversary when it first announced. So, but either way though, that particular topic will wait until that time, and oh my god, I'm almost gonna get crushed again. So, is it just me? Do I feel like I keep on getting crushed most of the time here? Because I know for a fact that we somehow get crushed 3 times so far during the course of this entire Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles so far in Sonic Origins. Like, we already know for the fact that we've got crushed about twice in Carnival Night Zone, and now we've got crushed during the Inform's Offline Battery Zone. I mean, that's just plain ridiculous if you ask me. So either way though, but I'm guessing it's probably because of, once again, I'm being so hasty again. So either way though, but I couldn't help it for myself about the fact that I was trying to speed things up a notch, but most of the time I just keep on finding myself getting crushed for whatever reason, and next thing you know is about the fact that that can usually happen at times. So anyways, let's leave this bonus area from now on, and continue straight on in terms of Flying Battery Zone Act 2, and relatively speaking, we can just... Is there something that's... Okay, I have no idea what's going on right there, but I'm guessing I just want to make sure I just need to able to double check what's up there, because mind you about the fact that we can just simply go into alternative pathways we want to go into. Oh god, that almost felt a bit nerve-wracking, especially if you ever try to able to transform into supersonic or hypersonic. Be sure to be careful of not to get crushed all the time, because the acceleration just goes off of the roof whenever you manage to able to turn into supersonic or hypersonic modes. But either way though, chances are though, you have to be very cautious not to get crushed, so... But either way, so... Yeah, I guess suffice to say, I think that's as far as I can talk about. Oh no, there's my rings! Even though it's bad enough that we can't turn into hypersonic or supersonic anytime soon, or generally hypersonic from now on, because I didn't pay attention to the actual spikes down below. Oh, this thing actually moves a lot faster now, as opposed to the forms of somewhat of a slow movement than the forms of how it does in the original counterparts, so I guess that's nice. So of course we're going to be experiencing the actual background featuring tons of capsules. Well, usually that might be seems the case, but still. Alright, give me some more rings, please. Or maybe not. Let's see if I can able to actually get some more rings for that. Oh, that could be good. Thanks, Tails. Cheers, buddy. For able to actually just give me some more rings for the time. So either way, let's just go ahead and leave. I know we didn't do that much for that slot machines, because obviously well, Tails obviously got crushed again from those elevator sequences right there. Anyway, so it looks like we're almost there towards the end, and exponentially speaking though, that basically does it for Flying Battery Zone. But either way though, but it's nice to able to see that particular zone makes its return until when Sonic Mania exists. But either way, now let's go ahead and take down this little beam thing right there. But now what makes this a bit nicer in comparison to the original counterparts, rather than just trying to able to do a waiting game, so instead we can now able to destroy it if you don't feel like trying to able to wait for the longest amount of time, which I always appreciate about the fonts of that specific change. But either way though, let's just go ahead and get into this another bonus game such as this right here. I think we bump into this bonus game a lot of times. Well, mind you, I think this is one of these easier bonus games to able to navigate through, in my opinion, just because of all that rings to collect, as well as elemental shields, and you name the rest. Think of like the actual gumball machine, except now you have to deal with the groundy ball. So, yeah, I have no idea why I managed to able to comment on that, but still. But at least I got myself my bonus coin again, so that's nice. Yeah, I think, relatively speaking, I think we're basically done here. Well, apart from the fact that I just have no idea why I almost attempt to able to fall off, but we'll get ourselves, whoa, so many rings, and double the coins as a bonus. That's actually super top notch. Well, unless if you, again, play on classic mode, you get like double lives. So, Anyways, let's go ahead and transform into Hypersonic again, and just to ensure that we will escape from this particular sequence very easily. So we can, relatively speaking, we can just, is it possible I could? Nah, it's not high enough, so we'll have to once again wait for it. And of course, be very careful of not to get crushed by spikes over there. And, unless we can able to actually use tails to able to carry me upwards, so we'll just wait for a little while until we're able to come across into the next boss fight. And, yeah, relatively speaking, we're just gonna have to, like, Tails, don't you dare yawn. Well, aside from the fact that, well, relatively speaking, we're not exactly finished up with the entire story mode yet. So, either way, time to take you down by simply... Oh, wow, he does have his new, sprite animation this time around, whenever he just starts able to aim at you. So, that's all nice, all things considered, which I've no idea why I said this a lot, but either way, we've already dealt with him, so... And suffice to say, that basically does it for Flying Battery Zone. So, suffice to say, I think we should probably end things off at this point right here. So join me tomorrow for more of Let's Play of Sonic Origins while we play through Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. Instead, we're going to be hit on to my second least favorite level in the game. That is, of course, Sandopolis Zone. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, fellas.